It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on Tre'Davious White, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Bills and the Browns, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Oh, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you get a look inside Rocket Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. Fred Godden alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Browns in this matchup. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense. This seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that, what coaches call want to.
And we are underway in Buffalo. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback, Josh Allen.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's the punter Martin out to kick it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
Watson, that's complete. It's Bell. Now he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Swing. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And some room to maneuver. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And this is going to be brought back for the Bills touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then running it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Watson got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Caught here by Bell. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Faking the give. Now Watson. Got a man here. It's Bryant. Touchdown, Browns. Harrison Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. The Bills at 4-5, a game under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's a talented runner. That means he's always looking for bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker. And this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Allen going to try and throw on third down. He's got it complete. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Allen now on first down. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
They run here with Singletary. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Allen now on 3rd and goal. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Watson's throw in the hands of Peoples-Jones. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. To throw is Watson. That is caught left side by Bryant. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Watson's throw hauled in by Bell. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
So here are the Bills to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Allen to throw once more. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Hines now on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again is Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then it curls back inside for the completion.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. No gain on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Allen's throw is complete, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Flush to his right. Finds Hines again for the completion. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
From the 45 on second down, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. To the air yet again, Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. They go with Chubb on second down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Holding offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up the first down.
Well, the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Finding room at midfield. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Watson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. 0 from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. Down right around the 25. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Nick Chubb stops short, and the Bills are going to get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block in the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to get the lead up to 4. York able to send this one through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And Davis has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Taken down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup.
Now it's Hines. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. The Bills on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's Watson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pause here for an injured player, and this would be an important one. Von Miller in some discomfort on the field right now. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Watson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Here's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On first down, Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I got had the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact. And not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And some space here. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. Down to the 22-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 11, a minute 40 remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
The York on now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Bills getting set to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Man open, here is Crowder. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They're going to hurry back to the line now. After the sack on 1st down, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Now Allen, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Browns, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional.